Holy shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you beautiful, valid people out there. I am your boy, Ian Civic, and I'm here with my friend and co-host.
Hey, everybody. It is Jay Wilson, a.k.a. Jeremy motherfucking Hodges. And today...
God, dude, what the fuck? You doxed me again. What the fuck?
No, it's me. What the fuck are you talking about?
You just doxed yourself again, Jay. What the fuck? I can't keep this
I know,
bit
right?
up.
Ian, Jesus Christ.
I hate this bit. Can we go back to being ourselves? Jesus Christ. I think I'm cussing too fucking much to be you anyway.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I fucking cuss a lot, but just not nearly as much as you do.
Dude, I think, I even, whenever I was talking to somebody that I hadn't talked to in a long time, she was just like, yeah, I was just like, yeah, I cuss a lot more than I did back then. She's like, yeah, no shit. I'm just like, I think...
Motherfucking Gamzee up in here just motherfucking cussing.
Motherfuckers, let's go. Yeah.
All you motherfuckers out there.
Anyways. I love how my Gamzee voice is somehow different than my Dave voice. I think it's just that my Gamzee voice is a lot more, distorted.
It's a little more distorted, and also, I think, just the words they say helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If their intonation was similar, that'd be... their intonation is kind of similar,
yeah.
But then, their
the
words
choice
is just incredibly different.
Yeah, and I think the rhythm of their speak is different as well.
It's so weird to think that this wasn't written by Hussie.
Yeah, I mean, at least the dialogue feels like it's written by Hussie.
I'm not feeling the fact that it's different yet.
I've never written this textual narrative stuff. So
that's exactly.
I mean, tell.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least the dialogue feels pretty Hussie-like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think they're emulating it the best they can. Because I mean, the dialogue just feels natural. But I mean, as long as you know the characters,
some dialogue and that seems similar to Hussie. It would take me a while and I have to think about it, but I could.
Yeah, for sure.
So. Yeah.
Anyways,
we can go to the next page, and we're on Candy page 7, epilogue 2 still. I think. Yeah.
I like Candy.
Candy.
I like candy.
Candy.
Why did we both go in 8 different directions with that?
I stayed in Homestuck. Okay, shut up.
Excuse me.
All right, so this is my page.
Nope. It's always my page.
All right, go ahead. You can do all the reading then.
No, I'd rather die. Please take this page.
I get you. John's been spending a lot of time with Roxy lately. Oh, so time skip a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Which
also means spending a lot of time with Calliope, which is awkward but fine. But it also means spending a lot of time with Gamzee, which is awkward and not even remotely fine. John, Roxy, and Calliope are taking a stroll through downtown New Prospect. New Prospect. Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
That's so weird hearing about New Prospect.
God, is the Carpathian Kingdom segregated?
Oh no. No.
Is there a New Prospect and a New Durst? This might be a bad idea.
This is a horrible idea.
Gamzee's here too, a couple of feet behind John, doing essentially the same thing that the other three are doing, which is walking at a leisurely pace. But he's being so weird about it that you can't really call it strolling. It's more like he's holding court while somehow remaining in motion.
What's holding court mean?
I think he's in the same, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like he's standing, not standing in place, but just being still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being composed and still, but still in motion.
Oh, he's being those imagine how Jesus would walk.
Yeah. Jeez, I was gonna say a businessman, but sure.
To be fair, I feel because he's acting all religious and stuff now, right?
Yeah, he's the motherfucking mirthful messiah.
He's a sage of sorts. Anyhow,
get his motherfucking mirth on.
Get his motherfucking mirth on.
Ever since he popped out of that fridge smelling like a sweaty foot, he's been all wise and sage-like. John considers that if he were using these descriptions out loud, he'd make air quotes while saying them. He'd then say Gamzee's acting almost like a priest, which is the word he would also make air quotes around due to how insanely full of shit John still believes him to be. Roxy and Calliope, however, apparently do not believe him to be full of shit for some reason. Isn't that nice? Huh? Maybe I should have let you... No, it's fine.
I don't care either way. There's a Roxy on here, and I think Gamzee is at some point, right?
Fair.
Yeah, Gamzee is at some point.
Yeah, that works, okay. Gamzee is leading a line of adoring Carpathians trailing behind him. Oh my god. Telling them stupid fakes and stuff like, You gotta stop to smell the seed fronds, my dudes.
You gotta stop to smell the speed fronds, my dudes. I love that so much.
Fucking Gamzee starting a cult. It's great.
I remember when I started a cult back in like
Me
middle
too.
school.
I used to start a cult.
Dude, back in middle school, have I ever talked on the channel about how I was Hitler in middle school? Oh god.
Definitely not on the channel. You might have like mentioned it briefly.
I've
but
definitely
not, like, in detail.
So let's
You told
say
me.
let's say in a hypothetical situation. I know the series is going to be a lot like a lot shorter than Homestuck, so I know I have more time to rant on
and
this.
I think it's good to take more breaks from reading because I know reading
Because
for a long
especially
time is
reading for a long time,
painful.
I'm very ADHD, so I'm gonna lose my shit. So I'm gonna rant every once in a while. Let's say in middle school, for some reason I can't remember exactly how, but this joke got started that I was like running a government like over the world, right? The entire world, and like I divided it between my friends. It was great. And for some reason, I was like the overall leader. Then there were people who like my buddy Aiden. He got the U.S. and my buddy Adam. I think he got France. Yeah, he got France. And my buddy Kyle got the Bahamas because he was just like we will be a peaceful place and we will. It was great, but literally like people in the hallways. Like I used to get carried to my classes, which was pretty funny. I'd get carried to my classes. There were people literally going like my real name's Jeremy. They'd go hail Jeremy in the hallways.
God, I wanna write a story now about a kid who like starts a cult in middle school and like just gets everything done for him.
To be fair, that's kind of what happened to me.
Like, you know, carry to classes, everyone carries their shit for him, does their homework for him, you know, fake ideas, like everything, just fucking.
Honestly, that was my middle school experience. It was great. My literal cult. Dude, I knew that, like, you ever, like, get to a point whenever you're doing something on a big scale, when you realize it's gotten big? I got that whenever I was, like, it's like whenever you get your first, like, dedicated fan base or whatever. But, like, I've been like doing this whole whack ass shit that I've been doing since like middle school, and then there were 6th graders coming up to me who I'd never met before, going, "Hail Jeremy," and I'm like, wait a minute.
New people.
I'm like,
have
wait.
been
I'm like, who the fuck is inducting these fuckers?
There's the word.
Who's inducting these fuckers into my cult? And I was just like, maybe this is a little far.
Yeah.
But I was like such a short kid and just like a fucking ball of energy that's whenever I started being social anyhow. Because like
God,
before that I had mid-social. But it was just like whack as fuck. Dude.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would be Hitler again. Wait.
I'm gonna see if I can find.
Maybe Hitler isn't the right word.
Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, I just searched and found it. So Jay.
What?
This was December of 2018, right? A little story time on my part, right?
Oh god.
Teo got inducted into the National Honor Society at school, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they said, okay, so December 4th, 2018, they said, I just got inducted into the National Honor Society, and god damn, it's so elitist, and TBH, it's kind of like a cult. There was some ceremonial candles and ritual chanting and everything. We all had to say this one pledge in unison. I, state your name, pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected, striving in every way by word and deed to make its ideals the ideals of my school and my life. I believe in scholarship as it means to achievement. I believe in leadership as the guide to progress. I believe in service as the object and end of living. I believe in character as the foundation of life. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold a fundamental and worthy an untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, and to give of myself freely in service to others. In so doing, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society.
Jesus Christ. I kind of hate that.
That's the fucking pledge. And then he said, then Teo said, we had to say that. To make it more interesting, I replaced a few choice words with Satanism. My favorite was, I believe in Satanism as the object and end of living. and then Theo actually said in response, this is a group chat with Theo, and I from years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to join this shit. Yeah, you're right, it's so elitist. I'm gonna take Ian's advice and refuse if it's offered. I said, yeah, that's probably smart. I just figured that I already had the GPA and community service hours, and colleges like it, so why not? But it's so fucking self-congratulatory. Although I had fun chanting about Satanism in front of a big crowd.
hate that.
Now, reading this again, here we go. I, and pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of Satanism to which I have been selected, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals the ideals of my school and my life. I believe in Satanism as the means to achievement. I believe in Satanism as the guide to progress. I believe in Satanism as the object and end of living. I believe in and Satanism as the foundation of life. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold a fundamental, worthy, and untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader, and to give myself freely in service of others. In doing so, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in Satanism.
Jesus Christ. Well, I never made anybody in my cult say any type of pledge. They just kind of vibe.
That's the fucking National Honor Society.
Well, does Hail Jeremy count as a pledge?
No, it's a chant, but not a pledge.
Yeah, that's okay. Then that doesn't count.
God fucking damn it, I love it. It's my favorite anecdotes from high school.
Who's worse, me or them?
Them, 100%.
Yeah, true.
That shit is fucking hell, man. Anybody out there, if you're watching this and you're beating yourself up for not getting the HS, don't. Really, it doesn't matter.
I don't know what the National Honor Society is.
Well, it's the national thing. I'm surprised you don't know what it is, actually. I don't know, man.
NHS?
Anyways.
That sounds like isn't that a hockey
NHS.
league?
I think it's the NHL. Maybe.
That's the NHL, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Anyways, where were we? I forgot. Not to be speciesist or anything.
Jesus Christ.
John's like, not trying to be racist, but... But the site is kind of worrying because John knows all too well how susceptible Carapacians are to grassroots populism. That's fair, I suppose.
What's populism again?
I mean, I don't know the definition of it, but I'm assuming it just means like the mindset of being kind of almost not like a hive mind, but like the mindset of doing what's popular, I suppose.
Yeah.
A political approach that strives to appeal to ordinary people who feel that their concerns are disregarded by established elite groups. So yeah, okay. That. He has it on good authority that virtually any schmuck can... Schmuck again, there we go. That word that you use and is a valid word.
Schmuck.
Can blunder into a crowd of them. Say a few inspirational words and incite revolutionary fever amongst the masses. John tries his best to ignore it and walk ahead, but Roxy loops her arm through his and pulls him back.
We're here. Check it.
Oh, where's here?
Me and Callie's Fave Cafe.
It's a nice place. Big oval windows, flowers on all the tables. It's got a French-ish aesthetic. John says ish because everything on Earthsea is sort of ish. Alternian-ish, Durs-ish, Japanese-ish. He'd even describe the sky as being kind of bluish. Sometimes it's more turquoise than anything, too crisp and bright. If the old Earth sky is as seen through a pair of tinted novelty glasses. John doesn't mean to be cynical about it, but he guesses that's just the mood he's in. Maybe it's something to do with the fact that Calliope insists on including an unbelievably smelly clown in an otherwise perfectly pleasant stroll. That's it? Oh, we're going to a coffee shop? I got out of bed for this.
Lamau, John, you're so funny.
No, seriously, Roxy, I feel like I haven't left my house in years, and with all this stuff that's been going on, like Rose's illness and that stuff about the political situation, it's a really good idea for us to be having picnics and going out to coffee shops. Oh, John, don't worry so much about things that you have no control over. Like I said the other day, it's time for us to leave ugly things behind us.
Yeah, for real, John. Can't you just enjoy what a beautiful day it is? I know I'm enjoying it since I get to spend it with you like I've always been wanting.
You have?
Yeah, duh. Slight small side tangent. We just got followed on Twitter by a Ruby fan artist. This is sick.
Hey,
if you want to be if you want to be shouted out in the next episode, then follow us on Twitter.
Jesus Christ, man.
I have to plug it where I can, man. That's what the TikTok's gonna take over now.
Asterisk. Depending on when we see it, you may or may not be called out in the next video.
Yeah, I mean, and whatever video that we do
Disclaimer.
Next. If you follow us during a recording session, then I'll probably call you out. No, I won't. This was a one-time thing. I just thought it was cool that they were a Ruby
why
fan
are you
artist.
checking the Twitter in the middle of our recording?
I got a notification, man. My ADHD said, "Look at your thing." It buzzed, and I was like, "Okay." It's kind of like a 5-year-old whenever their parent tells them to do anything. It's like, "Okay, please don't hurt me." That's my ADHD to me. I don't usually check the Twitter. It's just that my phone buzzed. What?
I just noticed that you retweeted the at Andrew Hussie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because they were just like, "Thank you," talking about Cyclonial. So I was like, "That's dope as fuck."
Yeah. It was quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta actually read your tweets because I just haven't been checking Twitter.
You're gonna read my tweets? Oh no.
I mean, not right now. I gotta do them later because we're recording. But because
Mm-hmm.
I've got priorities, Jay. No.
I don't have priorities. I'm kind of just here,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
You know what my priorities are? Entertainment. You know what I'm gonna do for entertainment? Everything.
See, the thing here is some of the things you do are dubious in terms of entertainment quality. But sure.
Hey. Listen here, buddy boy. I have retweeted quite a few things within my time.
Nice. Anyways.
Has anyone else tweeted #Ian and Jay's over party?
That's a good question.
I need to check this for my own sake. Sorry.
Jesus Christ, Jay. Ooh, in other news, remember how we were the 4th person ever to tweet Terra's over party?
Yeah?
Well, now, 1, 2, 3, 4 people have tweeted after us.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
On March 2nd.
What did Terrors do since then?
It's a good question.
Fuck Teru. I mean, I agree, but, like, why? I mean, I understand your frustration. I feel the same way, but why? Unless you're just now playing the games like us.
You're like fucking losers.
The only reason I waited this long was for YouTube. Totally. Not because I didn't know what it
100%.
was.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Jay Wilson not knowing what something is, that's just very unlike Jay Wilson. How come I keep calling myself Jay Wilson? Have you noticed that, Ryan? I've noticed that lately. Like, the way that I just say Jay Wilson rather than just saying Jay. Or, like, me. You know, I keep referring to myself in the third person and specifically saying Jay Wilson, and I hate it. Anyhow. If we're ever gonna get this fucking epilogues done, we should probably get back to reading.
Yeah, that might be important. Okay. So, I think, if I am not mistaken, I know where we are. She tugs him against her side and rests her head on his shoulder. She's a bit taller than him in her nice shoes, so it's kind of awkward. Jesus Christ, an airplane deciding to fly over my house.
I like
right
airplanes. Dude, I've been getting taller lately. It's kind of whack.
Now. Well, yeah, you're still a growing boy, Jay.
You're a growing boy, Jay. But I'm taller than people that I didn't used to be taller than. Like, I just got taller than one of my buddies, and my friend Carly flipped the fuck out because I was taller than her. Because even though she was wearing shoes that were like made her 2 inches taller, and she's like, "What the fuck?" No, she's like, "Sorry, man."
I remember. I used to be the shortest kid, like, period, and now I am like moderate to tall.
I'm hoping I get at least average. Because
yeah, I think I'm average in some places and slightly above average in other places.
I don't know how tall I am.
I wish I was shorter.
That. I think that's why I've been eating so much more lately. Is I think I'm on a growth spurt for some reason.
I wish I was much shorter. I want to be like 5'6".
How tall are you?
5'9.5", 5'10".
5'9.5". That sounds like the most 5 years old thing to me.
The thing is, it was about like exactly halfway between 5'9" and 5'10", like a year or two ago.
Yes.
And I know I haven't really grown much, like, at all since, and I know at least by now I've definitely stopped growing, but I haven't checked in a while.
Jesus Christ.
So I should check. Anyways, where was I?
God, Lord, if I know. Planes, am I right?
She's a bit taller than him in her nice shoes, so it's kind of awkward. Feels uncomfortable to him, and looks more so for her. But he's enjoying the attention, sort of. He missed her. the way she used to be when the two of them were close as kids. She's laying it on a little thick for his benefit right now, and while he can appreciate that, it can be difficult to rekindle a friendship after it's gone cold for a while.
Wait, so are they gonna date now, or is...
I don't know, man.
What's the dating situation here?
Who the fuck knows? John wishes the rekindling period would hurry up and end already so they can just go back to shooting the shit like normal. Roxy directs her to the cafe. Calliope doesn't follow them in, for reasons he can only guess at. He catches a glimpse of her through the window, a little forlorn, Gamzee at her side like a faithful dog. He can't hear what they're saying. Outside, Calliope clasps her hands and directs a wistful expression through the cafe window. Foot traffic splintering lazily around her and Gamzee as they stand in the busy street at high noon.
It's high noon. The Overwatch thing.
Hey, look, I would be super upset about it, and I would like never quote that if it wasn't Matthew Mercer. But because it's Matthew Mercer, I have to quote it.
Well, it's Matthew Mercer, of course.
Her little body casts almost no shadow on the cobblestone road.
What's shaking, sis? You looked all bummed the fuck out. How can you be feeling down when we be getting all redeemed and shit up in here?
Oh, it's just... Can't you see what's happening with Roxy and John? Gamzee stares through the window. Roxy is leaning across the table to dab at the corner of John's mouth with the napkin. Oh my god.
Oh no, Calliope's jealous.
Well, that doesn't make sense though, because I know Callie talked about how that cherubs can't feel, like, red romance.
I'm not sure.
I remember that mentioned. I mean, it could be like in a human way where like humans can't feel black romance even though they can, I guess.
Whoa,
but
whoa.
I feel like Callie specifically said that.
Caught in a black romance.
Jesus Christ. John looks very confused. John looks very confused because they aren't actually eating anything yet. Gamzee stares at this for a very long time, his mouth lolling open with as he contemplates what is transpiring with the closest
facsimile?
Facsimile to...
Facsimile.
Is it like
is it like fascism?
It is, yes. With the closest fascism to wisdom he can muster. He puts one of his
you can't say that now. With the closest fascism. What is the closest fascism to us?
To wisdom?
How many fascist governments still exist?
I don't know, man.
Probably not
very
Google.
many. How many fascist governments still exist?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Oh, apparently Google has no information about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure, your girl Roxy is all globes deep in that dude's dank nook.
Yes, and while I can't say I didn't see this coming, it's all happening so fast. I thought for sure I'd have more time with her.
Would a motherfucker like me too?
Gamzee leans in so that his face is level with Calliope's. His grin shows every single one of his teeth. Miraculously, his breath smells worse than his body.
Motherfucking do something about it.
No, Gamzee, please no. It's fine. I might be sad, but John has made his choice, and we must all live with the repercussions of that. I'm sure that Roxy will be very happy with him. We're all going to be very, very happy. I truly believe that. Calliope walks away looking somewhat less than very, very happy. Gamzee remains standing in front of the cafe, still not entirely convinced that he should motherfucking do something about it. Aww. Gamzee trying to be a good friend. Wow. Jesus Christ. John notices him there, just outside the window, leering at him and Roxy. His expression is serene, vacant. Calliope's nowhere to be seen. Hey, Roxy?
What's up?
Gamzee, he is staring at us, and it's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah, don't worry about that. He gets stuck like that sometimes.
Stuck?
All lonked out and shit. I think he's got brain damage from being a burnout. It's so sad.
Is it? Roxy takes a sip of her tea. Her purple lipstick leaves a stain on the fine china.
Yeah, John, he's totes sad. He never had a chance with the kind of life he had. What a tragic, misunderstood figure. Wait. Does this mean that I get to be a shitty person now?
Jesus Christ. Are we on the same page that we started this video on?
No.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Roxy sighs and spears the cherry atop her cheesecake with the absurdly tiny dessert fork it was served with. She pops it in her mouth with a pouty little lip pop, staring directly at John with her eyes half-lidded. He thinks she might be trying to be sexy, but he's a bit distracted by the sight of Gamzee lumbering into the cafe with all the grace of an aubergine Sasquatch, sporting an epic erection.
Oh, God.
This fucking codpiece still, I assume.
It's fucking codpiece, man.
He puts both hands on the back of Roxy's chair and looms over her. Without breaking eye contact with John, Roxy scoops up a spoonful of cheesecake and feeds it to him.
Hey, Rexita. Hey, Gams, what's shaking? Callie went all running off. Aw, hope she's feeling alright. She's motherfucking fine. She said some noise about because of what John did. We're all gonna be one happy family or fucking ninjas for motherfucking ever. Of fucking ninjas for motherfucking ever.
What?
Gams, you're one silly dude. To be honest, pretty psyched to see you going through all this redemption shit. I bet you're gonna make a baller part of our great ensemble if you're given the chance.
John attempts to furtively gesture his disapproval with the entire situation towards Roxy by vaguely swiping his neck in a horizontal direction with his fingers, but she doesn't notice. Instead, she puts her fork down, slides her chair out, and springs to her feet with an abundance of newfound enthusiasm that he's been struggling to understand.
BRB, gonna hit the ladies' room, back in a jiff, suckers.
Alright. John and the date's repulsive third reel watch as she scurries to the back of the establishment. The moment the door to the bathroom closes, Gamzee lumbers into a sitting position across the table from John, without the slightest deviation in his heinously awkward comportment. He puts his forearms on the table in front of him, folds his hands, and gazes into John's eyes with what he
God, the fanfic writers must be having a fucking ball with this.
Gamzee's signature brand of faux serenity. Oh my fucking god. He just sits down. He folds his hands together. Like a
So,
type thing, and just stares. With
my
peaceful,
fucking
serene
guy. My dude and my ninja alike. My horn dog. My horn to the motherfucking dog.
Waiter, help. John desperately waves to attract some service in the hopes that it'll provide a social buffer for the appalling interaction that is presently taking place. But no Carapacians seem to be close enough to heed his request.
I love how I'm sitting here with my hands fucking folded. I see what's fucking up, my good Verta brother. All's about I can say is game, recognize motherfucking game. You got no secret from the motherfucker egg boy. A man stays locked in another man's hunger trunk long enough, ain't got much left to fucking hide from one another.
Actually, that wasn't even my fridge. It was Jane's. I mean, we basically had the same fridge.
Shut the fuck up. I'm getting real at him, motherfucker, right now. I've been redeemed, yo. I said my sorries and redeemed the shit out of myself, didn't you see?
Yeah.
So it's incumbent on a motherfucker to spread the redemption. You should get your redemption on too, my choicest of dudes. My dankest of dogs. See a motherfucker nose. You got this bitch on a rope. It's time to pull her into your tent. I can smell it on you, brother. You've wasted years letting this premium hoe slip through your fingers.
Oh my god.
Less fucking conscionable than any crude stunt I pulled in my day, I must tell you. A capital motherfucking crime to be squandering earth pussy like that.
Holy shit.
Oh shit.
So wait, is Gamzee like playing both sides here?
It's a good
Or is
question.
he trying to push John too far so that he fucks up?
It's a good question.
Holy shit.
The fucking rope shit.
Oh my god.
You got this bitch on a rope, it's time to pull her into your tent.
Holy shit.
I can smell it on you, brother. You've wasted years letting this
Nope.
premium hoe slip through your fingers.
Oh, you're just rereading it? Okay.
I just think that's so fucking funny.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's fucking conscionable than any crude stunt I pulled in my day.
Fucking hell, man.
A capital motherfucking crime to be squandering earth pussy like that.
Fucking man. Gamzee, Jesus, this is brilliant.
Have you said holy shit yet?
I did. I said holy shit like 4 times.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you were like just saying that in general or if you were reading it. But I'm all getting your back here, bro. I can be a wingman in this carnal fucking caper. I can help a little bitch like you romantically redeem his sorry ass. Let a motherfucker help a motherfucker out. Her popcorn skillet's piping hot for you already. You just need a tight and loyal boy like me to start shoveling in the corn.
Thinking it unwise to break eye contact with this lunatic, John nods very slowly as he listens while taking a secret snap of his ghoulish face to send it to Resi. Before John submits, he tags the photo with a message. I absolutely fucking hate this. Oh my god. Oh my god, Jay.
No, and it's just changing perspective for you to know what the fuck's going on.
It changes perspective every fucking page.
And it gets on my nerves.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
No, back to the Jane president.
No, I think it's awesome. But it still is just one of those things where I'm just like, why? I don't understand.
I get you.
If you're fucking racist, then don't come to my shows. Sorry.
You still got the fucking melody wrong, but sure.
That's just how I hear it in my head. Like, yeah, sometimes I do that with certain songs where, like, I memorize the melody completely wrong, but I like how it sounds, so I keep it that way in my mind.
But if you're fucking racist, then don't come to my show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know it goes like that, but, like, I'm thinking about a different melody, so I always say it with the
I get
another
you. I'm
melody.
just giving you shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As the musical genius that I am, I do that a lot.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
It's kind of weird.
Yes.
Come outside. Something, be alright.
Come on, guys. Promise everything is gonna be alright. Be okay. Your eyes are tired, so keep them open because you wouldn't want to miss a thing. Come on, guys.
I love it.
Promise everything will be alright. Be okay.
I'm
Okay.
just so obsessed with music. Like, everything that I do usually comes down to something music related. Which
I feel
some
you.
people would say that I'm fucking batshit crazy, which I am. But,
I'm batshit crazy too.
yeah. Who's crazier, Ryan? Me or you?
That depends on the situation.
Well, which situation are we talking about?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
A normal conversation with a human being. Who's crazier?
Depends on the context.
You're just sitting there talking to somebody. Who's crazier?
About what?
Anything.
Like what?
Music. Probably me.
You.
Homestuck.
Me.
Politics.
Me.
Yeah. That's true.
As I said, it's very contextual, Jay.
It is very contextual. That's true. Because you have your interests and I have mine.
Indeed. It's a Venn diagram up in here.
It's a motherfucking Venn diagram up in this bitch. I love the thought of Gamzee just over there be like, a motherfucking Venn diagram.
I want to cosplay Gamzee now.
Dear God. Please don't.
Every time Gamzee's in this story, I keep thinking of that fucking Gamzee Pon video. And I'm like, it's just so cute.
What Gamzee Pom video?
Hold on. I'm sure you saw this at the same time as me, but I gotta brandish this shit because it's fucking amazing. Hold
Send
on.
it to me and I can probably just show it on the video.
Oh yeah. It's oh my god.
Come
It's,
on, guys.
I added it to my pure amazingness playlist a while back.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. And it's called Gamzee Pon. Someone sent it in our Discord at one point. There it is. And it's the cutest shit in the world.
Oh, I did see this. I remember
Yeah.
this now. Look at the vibes.
I keep thinking of this whenever I think of Gamzee in this scenario, and I'm like, fuck,
He's just vibing, dude.
he's adorable.
Look at him just
So
vibing
cute.
over there.
Way, pon, way, pon. Pon, way, pon, way, pon, way, pon, way, pon, way, pon, way.
I do have to admit, I just realized that the cable was muted for that, so, that's an issue.
fine.
Yeah,
It's
it's fine. You can just
I'll edit it
yeah,
in.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got
We'll
editing
figure it out.
magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I keep thinking of this whenever Gamzee's like in the fucking conversation in there, and I'm just like, fuck, it's so cute. Yeah,
Dude, I fucking
Epilogues
love.
made me love Gamzee again in like 2 pages.
To be fair, I don't think I ever stopped loving Gamzee at a point.
I mean, fair. I guess my love changed, because but now it's back to just fucking loving the character. I was a good
Dude,
guy.
because before he went fucking batshit, he was a funny character, dude.
Oh yeah,
And I enjoyed him a lot. Dude, I love my Gamzee voice that I'm doing, but it's killing my throat.
Yeah.
That's my only issue. I loved being Caliborn too, because his character's really funny, but then his fucking voice kills you as well. Anyhow.
Well, if it comes up again today, then I can totally do him.
No, I'm not saying that I won't take him.
Okay. Sure. Just be careful.
It just means I need more of a sip of water every time.
I feel ya. Anyway, Rose.
Rose? Why can't... I'm gonna call you Tulip.
Have you been watching Infinity Train?
Nope.
Tulip is the main character from the first season of Infinity Train.
Tulip is? I don't know what
Yeah.
Infinity Train is. You guys were ranting about it at one point. Is that another thing that I need to watch?
It's a fantastic show, Jay.
What should be on my next to watch list? Well, I have to watch JoJo.
Catch up, Ruby.
Yeah, I need to catch up on Ruby. I need to watch JoJo because I promised AA I'd watch JoJo.
I wouldn't. Yeah, JoJo's long though, so I'd
That's true. Maybe I should save that for later.
I mean, not necessarily. I just think maybe it'd be a better idea to have a long show and a short show that you're watching at any given time.
I need to finish Ruby, or at least catch up.
Yeah, finish that first. You got one season. It's very good. Volume 8's the best season in the series.
That's true. Do you think so?
I think so. 100%.
I don't know what my favorite volume is so far. I think mine might be 4. 4 was a good one.
Really? 4 is actually one of a lot of people's least favorites.
4 was the one where we got that background for Ren and...
Near the end of 4.
And I thought that was really cool. I think that's why I liked it so
that's one
much.
of my favorite episodes. I think that's one of a lot of people's favorite episodes of the series, even though 4 was one of their least favorite volumes.
I don't know why that volume gets so much hate. Maybe it's just because they were
Honestly,
just traveling for so long and people were getting bored.
I think it was because it was after Volume 3.
Yeah, and plus I think everybody was still really mad about the whole person.
No, I don't think anybody was mad. I think that was a really good moment. Everybody loved Volume 3 for that.
For the ending?
It was fucking sad as hell, but it was good,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm just trying to be vague about it so that anybody who's never watched Ruby, watch Ruby.
Watch Ruby.
It's free.
It's so good.
You'll find it. It's great.
Yeah, it's completely free. And the only thing that you could pay money for is to watch an episode a week in advance as it comes out. But even after that,
to get rid of
just wait a
ads,
week,
but that's about it.
And you get all the episodes for free. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. You just might have to watch some
Love the
ads,
show.
but I mean it's just like Hulu kind of, but with Hulu you have to pay for it. I don't understand why you have to pay for Hulu and then there's still ads.
Yeah, that's why I don't have Hulu.
It's like I have a thing where my parents have it where it's you get ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus all within one payment.
Oh, nice, yeah.
So that's why they do it. Plus Hulu has some really good shows on it.
It does, but there's already so many shows that I need to watch anyways that it's I don't care enough to pay way too much money and then still have ads.
Have you ever read anything by John Green?
I have heard the name, but probably not because
John Green. Okay, I'm gonna do this right now, and you're probably gonna be upset with me for doing it. John Green.
God,
He was one of the first.
So much shit out of
he was
this.
one of the first YouTubers, right?
Oh, okay.
You know Vlogbrothers, right?
Yeah.
He also did Crash Course.
Yeah. No, I know him.
And he's written a bunch of romance novels.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Fault in Our Stars.
I've read The Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns. School.
Oh yeah. And Looking for Alaska. Sorry, the reason that this came up was because we were talking about Hulu, and Hulu is amazing, and they have a show for Looking for Alaska. You should read Looking for Alaska.
Yeah,
that was his
I've
first
read
book. That was his first book, and that one
That's
hit
pretty
me
cool.
really fucking hard.
Wow, I made absolutely no connection that that's who this person was.
Dude, John Green's
super
incredible.
cool.
He's an incredible man. He's another person that I love. That I look up to a lot because he just has done so many cool things in his life. The only thing different about him and me is I have a lot more focus on music than he does.
Yeah, I like The Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns a lot. I read Paper Towns for school at one point, and that was really cool. I liked it a lot.
I watched the
and
movie. I can't
that-
find a copy of Paper Towns. My issue.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I just got it from my school's library.
Yeah.
But I read that, and then also I knew about John Green from YouTube, but I just had made no connection that it was the same person. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, John Green's been around for a while, and he's been writing and doing crazy things. I don't know. He's so cool. I love him so much.
Anyways,
Sorry.
we should. I'm gonna have fun editing this video.
This is great. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Anyhow.
Because honestly, we've recorded for an hour. They've only recorded about half an hour of content.
Probably. Do you hear that Jane has been intending to run for president?
Yes, she has in fact asked me to serve as a position in the cabinet on the board of responsible troll reproduction.
Oh dear, what did you tell her?
Well, not in so many words, but I told her to kindly fuck off.
Rose arches an eyebrow at her wife, who's tending to the mother grub. Rose herself is sitting cross-legged at an outcropping over the lip of the breeding pit, knitting a series of tiny scarves for the grub clones that she and Kanai have come to help hatch. That bad, huh?
She was already talking about regulating troll reproduction, with great confidence, I might add, as if she had already been elected.
Very presumptuous of her.
Well, I suppose her confidence was not unearned. Who was going to run against her, Karkat?
Yeah, what happened with that? Because that was the whole issue, right? What they wanted for Karkat to take over.
Yeah.
Or it seemed like that's what...
Maybe.
What was it? Who was it that they talked to? Like, that had...
I honestly don't remember.
It was one of their fucking, like, denizens was just like, yo, he needs to stick around for something.
Oh, yeah, the Jade's denizen, when Kanaya and Karkat went down there.
Whoever that denizen was.
Yeah,
Anyhow. Kanaya laughs to herself, more fond than mocking. Rose turns over another row on her scarf with this dexterous ease, switching the knit pattern without missing a stitch. From behind her knitting, she watches Kanaya check the shell thickness on a batch of eggs. Her wife is luminous in the early morning light, her rainbow drinker skin soaking in the pink light and reflecting it back at the inside of a snail's shell. Interesting. Just the idea of rainbow drinkers and, like, that's so weird. Like, if we had more, like, different colors of blood, then would vampires be called... They'd probably be called that or something.
Something similar, maybe.
I feel like vampires wouldn't be nearly as scary if they were called fucking rainbow drinkers, though.
I don't know, maybe rainbows would become like a horror symbol, you know?
I mean, they kind of are for some Republicans.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh my god. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, because if it was cultural, if it became like a cultural thing that rainbows were a symbol of horror, you know, like many colors together a symbol of horror, then like rainbow drinkers would totally be a scary name. You know, it's all basic culture.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, anything in culture can technically be scary.
Yeah. Like, why are pumpkins associated with Halloween? Who knows? Just because.
Because they're pumpkins.
Pumpkins are not scary, but you know.
But if you carve them, they're scary.
Not sometimes.
And in Homestuck, they're kind of scary.
What pumpkin?
Pumpkin.
Jay, I will have you know there are no pumpkins in Homestuck.
Oh, you son of a bitch. What pumpkin?
God.
I hate that so much.
Rose.
Where am I? Oh, I don't think Karkat would be such a bad candidate, actually. Depending on certain factors, I mean, I'm assuming that in this theoretical scenario, Dave is handling the economy.
Oh, of course.
Okay, in that case, it might have all worked out in the end.
Doubtlessly. I have great faith in Karkat and always have. However, I also am not certain that he could step out of his hive without catching on fire. Swiffer could not swift the mother grub so vigorously. Swiffer... Oh, wait, what the fuck?
Swiffer, could you not swift the mother grub so vigorously?
Oh, okay, I was very confused by what the fuck was happening there. So there's another character. So, okay. Swiffer, could you not swift the mother grub so vigorously? Oh, do you want me to?
It's like she talks like a parody of a 1920s newsboy archetype. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Something like that, but like
that's Jake,
more.
But you know, okay.
Like what is that? What's a 1920s newsboy archetype?
Jay, I don't know.
I need to look this up.
Jay, stop it. It's not worth it.
Then just come up with a voice for it.
Swiffer egg mop.
What's a hornographer? Sorry, I'm reading ahead. Someone who studies horny people.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Oh, that's a she. Okay. Sorry, ma'am. Go ahead. That was too many attempts. Let's go.
Swiffer egg mop or Swifer. Would it be Swifer or Swiffer?
Is it a joke on isn't Swift like a brand of mop?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or Swiffer or whatever.
Swiffer Eggmop is Shania's overeager but well-meaning jade-blooded assistant. She talks a little like a parody of its 1920s newsboy archetype, which Rose can only theorize has to do with Jane's influence on the culture.
Swifer, no swiping. Swifer, no swiping.
I hope you fucking die.
Just trying to get it nice and clean. I heard the new Prospects Hornographer is coming by later to scope out some pics.
Hornographer, someone who studies horny people, but because people do function completely differently whenever they are.
Oh shit! Oh god! I just had a fucking flashback to fucking middle school.
What?
Jay.
What? What?
My friend, who I still talk to this day, right?
Yeah.
In New Hampshire. They started a fucking stupid like group thing with like me and like one other person called Rating People's Horniness.
Oh dear God!
But outwardly just said RPH, right?
Oh no!
And nobody outside of it knew exactly the actual what it was. But basically, they just went around and look at people like, you're at like a 5.
What the fuck?
Out of 10.
Just rating people?
Just 1 to 10. How horny are they?
You're probably a.
You're at like a 5 right now.
It's a 1 out of what?
Out of 10.
Oh, it's out of 10. You're about a 5 right now.
Some people were like definitely closer to 8. Some people were like very much a 2. God, fucking middle school, man. Why the fuck? That was so long ago.
To be fair, I'm not.
Jay, that was 7 or 8 years ago. Jesus Christ.
7 or 8 years ago, I was.
Fuck.
Well, I mean, technically, in the reality that we're in right now, I don't know when this video is coming out, but it's after my birthday, so.
Wait, this comes out on your birthday? No, after. Wait, no, yeah, that's right. It's the 30th.
Yeah, dumbass.
That was the last video. I don't know, man.
Dumbass. Imagine not being a genius like Jay Wilson.
I know, right?
Couldn't be me. But I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking about. What was I thinking about? Crack cocaine. But I was also thinking about. Fuck! Don't you hate whenever something's like on the tip of your tongue, you just can't fucking remember? I wish these people on Steam would just stop fucking getting on and off video games.
That'd be nice.
Because they just like keep doing that for some fucking reason.
Perhaps you just should read.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later.
This editing is gonna be super irritating.
Swiffer is at the center of the breeding pit, knee-deep in birthing juice as she mops down the mother grub's exoskeleton. The partition of troll grubs is apparently an arduous and grisly task, one that has stained the mother grub's shimmering white exoskeleton rainbow dark with various secretions. Rose takes a moment to feel grateful that her current relationship alignment leaves no chance for her to ever be human pregnant. Not that she has any particular distaste for motherhood. It might be nice to adopt a little troll grub once the whole ball on natural production gets rolling. Swiffer adjusts the rate of her swiffing to a more acceptable level of vigor. She signs up the last of the segment she's working on, then twirls the mop over her wrist with a martial flourish that absolutely recalls the fact that she is from a natural-born warrior species. She then gets to work washing the mother grub's horns. What's this about the Hornographer? Since when has the press taken an interest in our activities down here?
Oh, yes, you were busy dying when I set all of that up. The mother grub is mature enough this year to process inseminated slurry for the first time in our history. If the government gives us the go-ahead, we can begin breeding trolls the natural way next month. I arranged the newspaper story when
Jane asked you to sit on the board for responsible troll reproduction?
Yes, the first thing I did immediately after screaming into a pillow was to call my acquaintance at the paper. Now that she isn't running, it doesn't seem very important, however. Actually, I'm not terribly interested in politics at all. Without anger motivating me, I began to think about how it's probably very irresponsible for any of us to use our influence in such a way.
I agree. In fact, I just assumed that most of us had arrived at such a conclusion.
Not Jane, apparently.
Or Dave, I'm sorry to say. That's interesting. So they have a lot of influence in today's world. Because
which makes sense, because they're the creators.
They created it, yeah.
Like we saw at the beginning of the credits when they traveled into the future and they came back and everyone was like, we celebrate the creator's return. And they all got kings. They all got crowns and they control the kingdoms and all that.
That's so wild.
At first, anyways, yeah.
The third member of the social group who definitely hasn't arrived at the conclusion that his power and influence should be meted out responsibly either. Neither of them speak his name, however. For some reason, it feels like a shadow passing over the sun. Who are they talking about? Brief spike of pain flickers through Rose's head, a bolt that strikes between her eyes and splinters out. There's a color and light behind it, a vision that tears through the material reality in front of her and gives her a brief glimpse into a parallel reality where things are very different. It's gone as soon as she notices it. The image never materializes. She ties off the last row of her scarf and unwinds her knitting needle from the wool. A serene smile tugging at her lips. Who are they talking about?
I actually have no idea.
Since waking up in the hospital, she has stopped worrying altogether about what might have happened in splintered timelines. She stopped worrying, in fact, about almost anything at all. A pleasant breeze rustles through her hair, carrying the sweet scent of early spring from the mouth of her chasm. Rose closes her eye for a moment and breathes it in, taking just one minute at a time. A day can be filled with hundreds of perfect moments. Who are they talking about? Like, let's go. There's
a third member of their social group who definitely hasn't arrived. So the social group could be any of the characters.
Yeah.
Definitely hasn't arrived.
It wouldn't be Gamzee because they had no
Gamzee.
idea that Gamzee could be out.
I guess Dirk maybe?
No, Dirk
Or
hasn't.
Jake. No, Jake doesn't. Neither of them have been like
They haven't been
influencing
influencing people at all. Who have we not heard of yet?
Neither of them speak his name, however.
Who's somebody that they don't talk to anymore?
I mean, I think they've talked about everybody.
There has to be somebody we're missing.
Okay, they've talked about all the kids. So what are the trolls?
Well, there's Karkat already talked about.
Who else was alive? Aside from Trezzy and Kanaya.
Karkat. Who are other guy trolls who are alive?
Arqueus?
I don't think it counts. He's not really
Dave
a troll. He's
Pettisprite
more of a-
squared?
No.
No, Dave Pettisprite squared in the fucking...
Well, once the game was
Bullshit.
over, I'd like to assume that are the sprites still around.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are, but Dave Pettisprite squared specifically was fighting the Battle of Lord English, so they couldn't be around.
Yep.
Who else could that fucking be? I have
From-
no idea. If it's not Dirk,
Let's think of all the guy
not
sprite
Jake.
guy trolls in general. Eridan's dead. Solix is dead. Equius is dead. Gamzee is like MIA, so they
No,
wouldn't think
definitely
about
not it.
him. Gamzee. Who else is there? We've already talked about Karkat. Solix is dead. I've already said that, haven't I? Fuck. Isn't that everybody?
I think so. In order, there's Aradia, there's Tavros, but he's also dead.
Yep. I guess we'll just keep reading and we'll
Unless
figure it out. They'll
G-Cat
probably.
Tavros sprite.
Yeah, but I don't.
We don't know what happened to him.
Very
I don't
good
know,
point.
man. I
We'll
have
figure
no
it out.
idea at all.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Well, whatever inconvenient party ruining opinions on Dave and Jane might have about economic future of our planet, it's all in the past. I have a very good feeling about where things are going now. Oh, you know what? It totally is Dirk.
Is it?
Well, Jane and Dirk were running mates.
Shit, I guess that's true.
I just forgot they were running mates.
But I swear that. Oh yeah, Rose hasn't talked about Dirk.
Yeah, Rosie, can I have?
It was Roxy who was talking about Dirk.
I think it was just Jane and Jake.
Oh.
I don't think Roxy talked about Dirk.
Oh, interesting. I see. So are you the seer now?
No, but I can make predictions based on existing evidence. And if I can spend every day like this doing the work that I was born to do with the person I am most fond of in the world by my side, I believe that I can handle anything.
Did you really use dialogue like that to win my heart, or are we just getting complacent and incredibly uncool in our old age?
I convinced you to marry me. I don't think that I am obligated to be cool anymore.
You're the coolest chick I know.
Aw. What are you doing with your hands?
Oh, just one of these.
Please don't tell me you're attempting to do the Strider thing. The thing he does where he pretends to operate an invisible record player.
That's awesome.
God.
Who's the cool one now?
Well, it sure isn't you. Ma'am and ma'am's wife, bank's closed, ladies. The first egg is hatching already.
Kanaya twirls on her heel, skin flickering bright as she lifts her skirt and jumps into the breeding pit. Rose sets down her needles and follows, walking along the edge of the pit to the place closest to the eggs. She crouches to watch the miracle of life begin. She's never taken the time to come down here before and see the grubs hatch, probably because she's been too busy diminishing melodramatically on the couch to take an active interest in her wife's life calling. The grub's already chewing through the chitin eggshell with all its little legs moving sinuously in offbeat concert. Swiffer is sniffling. She makes the motion of wiping away a tear somewhat cartoonishly.
Golly gee, oh my, this part always makes me tear up.
Kanaya dips down to help the grub out of the shell. Her skirt trails through a puddle of birthing jelly, but she doesn't seem to care. There's an odd expression lighting up her face. In addition to the literal light emanating from her skin, she tears away the last chunk of the shell. It's mottled and rough like a rock on the outside, but has a layer beneath like mulched flesh. Kanaya's hands are soaked blue with bloody yolk. When she finally lifts the grub and holds it up in the light.
Golly gee, oh my.
Oh my.
Rose, look.
Rose looks. All troll grubs appear kind of samey. This one has a familiar look about her. As asymmetric horns, one crescent, the other harpoon. Uh-oh. Musk-made hair and a mischievous glint in her beady little eyes, particularly the one with 7 pupils. Vriska?
Pretty close. A reasonable genetic approximation. This brood has been utilizing a slurry consisting of genes from our original group of 12 trolls. Mostly this results in unique individuals, but sometimes very close copies occur, as with the case of ancestral descendancy.
So, Vriska would be this troll's ancestor?
Yes. Oh.
Wow.
Rose, I think this is a sign.
Sign of what?
Haven't we been talking about adopting a grub?
Eventually, yes, but a natural-born grub? Don't you think it will be somewhat awkward, us raising a clone of your sort of ex? What happens when Vriska comes back? What do we say to her?
Rose, Vriska is dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Is she dead, though?
Absolutely. There are 2 things of which I have no doubt. That you and I are going to be happy for the rest of our lives. And that we're never going to see Vriska again.
Baby Vriska wriggles her 6 talons.
Don't call her Vriska. Jesus fucking Christ.
Kanaya cradles the little grub against her chest and pokes it in the nose. The grub reacts by blowing a bubble of bright cerulean yolk rain out from between its lips. To her own surprise, the sight melts Rose's heart in an instant. The emotion that hits her feels like one of her old visions. Suddenly she can see her and Kanaya's future so clearly, like a map rolled out at her feet and stretching far into the horizon. Kanaya's right, Vriska is dead, and despite everything, she died a hero. Vriska was a complicated figure of contrasting extremes. Her heroic actions were matched in scale only by her monstrous ones, and since no one had actually witnessed her end, it was impossible to say which side the pendulum swung and judged her death, heroic or just. It would be a fitting memorial for her and Kanaya to raise a version of Vriska who would be given every chance to make good on her noble characteristics, a true symbolic redemption arc. Something about the thought appeals to Rose's taste for the dramatic flourish. It would be proof that this was all worth it in the end. The destruction of multiple universes, the death of Kanaya's friends, the circuitous, is that how you say it?
Circuitous, I guess.
Circuitous rites of suffering experienced by the nearly infinite splintered versions of every being to inhabit paradox space. We've been told to read that. Rose loves her wife fiercely in this moment. The new mother of her species framed in a literal halo of light. She can't contain her excitement. She leaps into the pit with Kanaya and runs to embrace her, not caring about the irreversible rainbow-colored stains that she's smearing into her dress. Oh, Kanaya, you're right. We're going to be so astonishingly happy.
Yeah, Paradox Space is also is the name of like everything though as well. In the Homestuck canon, you know, it's like the name of not the universe, but like the thing that contains all universes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Anyway, perspective switch. Aren't you guys happy to get out of the house for once? Jade's tail swishes back and forth under her striped skirt as she takes a great big sniff of the fresh air outside air. It's early evening on the outskirts of the Troll Kingdom. One by one, neon bright windows are lighting up on the hives in the distance. Karkat is still shielding his eyes against the dying strains of the sunset. His shoulders are scrunched up so high that his cheeks disappear into his turtleneck.
He wears a turtleneck now? Is he wearing like the Kankri type thing?
Oh my god,
No. Yes. No, actually, I don't get what's so great about it. I can see the same bullshit from the comfort of my house. Check it out, a giant billboard of Jake English, complete with a gyrating mechanical ass. What a totally unnecessary thing to shove right in my gander bulbs. Definitely couldn't have lived without seeing that. Dude, okay, don't pretend you don't spend at least 15% of your day ogling Jake's ass on television anyway. In fact, you're doing it right now. Well, I can't help it, Dave. It's right fucking there. Oh my god, are the mechanical glutes on the billboard actually fatted with plush to make them more lifelike?
Oh my god.
Yes, see, crazed fans kept climbing the billboard at Coppa Field, so Dirk designed the second run of them to have an accurate recreation of Jake's butt density. He did what? It's wild, dude. It's like exactly spot on. Wait. Holy fuck, have you actually touched Jake's ass? No. No, please. Dude, this is awful.
Dave, Jesus
I mean,
Christ,
not
love this.
necessarily on purpose, but who hasn't? Like, I wouldn't say it's so much that I touched his ass. It's more like his ass copped a feel of my sweaty palm one time, and my poor fingers haven't been the same since. Sometimes I wake up from a fevered sleep and find my reluctant groping hand huddled in the corner of my bed, all shaking and shit. The mind reprocesses what the body remembers. I thought about taking my hand to a psychologist, but I don't think the little guy's ready to talk about it yet. Anyway, have you seriously never touched it? I haven't! Not even by accident, like brushing by in a crowded elevator? No! I don't spend a lot of time staying in elevators with Jake's fucking English. Or, for that matter, doing much of anything with the idiot, as you well know. What I'm hearing is you've tragically never touched his ass, and it's a bit of a sore subject with you. Is that why you're so obsessed with it? Do you want to touch it? Shit can be arranged, my dude. Here, I'll text Dirk right now. I bet he can pencil you in a cop of fuel sometime next week. No, I don't want to. Put your phone the fuck away. Well, you're never having a play date with Dirk and Jake again. Especially not one arranged for the express purpose of assaulting one of them.
Oh my god.
This is awful. Dude, Jake lives for this shit. It's not assault if his ass is begging for it.
Oh.
Wait, wow, that sounded bad. Let's strike that one from the record. Anyway, it's no problem. He literally will be delighted to hear you want to spend time with him for some insane reason. Stop texting right now!
Holy shit, Jay. I've been laughing so hard today that my eyes are like watering.
That sounds like such rapist shit. His ass was literally begging for it.
That's why Dave immediately was like, wait, wow, that sounded bad.
It's a good thing this wasn't made back in like 2000 whatever, or else we would be
I mean, Dave got it. Like, it was, I don't know. Karkat tries to tear Dave's phone out of his hand, but Dave simply levitates several inches off the ground. Jeez, do hold it. Just out of jumping distance. Jade, pouting a bit, glides in between them and uses her space powers to teleport Dave's phone out from the center of his traumatized palm and into the pocket of her sweater. Hey, can we focus here? Jake's ass isn't the one you two should be talking about right now.
Oh my god, Jake, do you ever fucking stop? I don't care about your ass either. I've seen it about as many times as I've seen Jake's. The novelty is worn off. Assuming there even was much to begin with.
No, Jade's talking about each other. Jade leers at the boy who may have just implied her ass was nothing to write home about. Her canines are longer and sharper than a normal human's, making her grin seem more predatory in nature, especially when she wants it to be. Karkat shivers at the sight of it. That's not what I'm talking about. Jade grabs Karkat's right hand and Dave's left one, and she begins to pull them towards each other. Both boys recoil, but she's much stronger than them.
Jade, come on, what are you?
She's doing it. She's making it happen with 1P. This is a date, dummy.
No, stop! Dude.
Karkat makes a fist so tightly his nubby fingernails pinch his skin. Dave does the opposite. He makes a flat palm and raises it as if to stop traffic. No, let me show you. You have to turn it flip-wise. She turns Dave's hand so that it's cupping Karkat's angry little fist in his palm. When she pries Karkat's fingers open finally, they snap close around Dave's almost automatically. Karkat's eyes go a little light bulb-like. Dave's gone pale and a bit sweaty. Jade claps and makes a rectangle with her thumbs and forefingers, framing her hand-holding besties in the center of it. She's taking a picture with her brain right now. Dave and Karkat, being all shy and intimate with the romantic backdrop of a brilliant twilight behind them, a pretty portrait, but her in the middle of it, and it's a work of art. Just what she wants the rest of her life to be. After all, where would these two pitiful beta boys be without her? See, I don't mind at all. I would never try to break up what you two have. I'm just trying to make it better. Oh my god. Dave, oh, wait. With a satisfied smile, Jade dips under their arms and hooks their hands around either waist, pulling Dave and Karkat up flush against her. Their fingers remain entwined behind her back. She begins walking them down the ridge of the hill, becoming brighter than the first stars in the sky.
Beaming brighter.
Beaming brighter. Thank you. See, isn't this perfect? It could be like this all the time, you know. The three of us in every combination, or whatever combinations you two are comfortable with. Positions, too. Jesus, Jade.
Wait, so is Jade in on this? Is this
Hold
like
on
a three-way? Wait.
But... No.
Has Jade just been turned
What?
into a person who's just trying to make them have sex?
Jesus, Jade.
What happened to Jade, man?
She's shipping them.
But like aggressive shipping.
Yeah.
This is like if the
toxic
fan.
shipping.
This is like if the fan base could like. Jade is like taking the form of the fucking fan base.
Jesus Christ, man. David's in catatonic. Karkat's just as quiet. But it's a quiet that's as loud and alarmed as his actual voice. He's got his head turned away from the situation he's been forced into, as far as it will go. He's concentrating so hard on looking elsewhere that he trips over a rock and is only saved by Jade picking the three of them off the ground as she takes flight. Karkat's legs flail when his feet go out from under him.
Don't do that! You know I fucking hate that!
Jade sits in the back on the ground, cackling like the witch she is. Karkat still won't look at her. She stops laughing abruptly, sensing that her plan isn't going as well as she'd hoped. She views the two boys as a broken electrical circuit, and herself as the conductor between the two charged points. She just needs some maneuver it into the correct configuration, like she did with her hands. She does a few quick calculations in her head, refusing to give up on her assumption that relationship issues can be solved the same way math problems can. Jesus Christ. Don't worry, Karkat. There's nothing to be scared of. Well, we'll take care of you, right, Dave? Dave doesn't answer. She answers for him by leaning down and planting a dry, affectionate kiss on Karkat's cheek. He yelps and leaps away like he's been scalded by a burning iron, liberating himself from the deeply uncomfortable hug triad.
Okay, that's it. I am drawing a fucking line in the sand right here and now. Jade, you will cease this endless violation of my person with your mouth, fingers, and occasionally your fucking tail. I'm not a piece of meat that you can brutally and viciously molest whenever you're bored.
Brutally and viciously?
Alright, it's possible I'm overreacting, but that's my fucking right as a free and autonomous person with a certain degree of fundamental bodily sovereignty endowed to him by the gods of motherfucking consent. Mm-hmm. But I hope you understand that what I'm getting at here, which is that I want you to stop doing shit like kissing me without asking permission first.
Karkat, you're absolutely right, and I couldn't agree more with you on the on issues of consent, as everyone who's gotten to know me well enough is perfectly aware. But I'm not the one who kissed you, silly.
What?
I mean, Jade covers her mouth, coquettishly and winks. It was Dave. Incorrect, but sure. Dave turns around, shoulders going rigid, and eyes popping open like he's just awoken from one of the terrible, scary nightmares he was projecting onto his aunt earlier.
Hey, what?
You kissed Karkat, finally!
No, I didn't. Why would I?
This is horrible, I love it. Dave hesitates. Jade is giddy with anticipation. She couldn't possibly look more pleased by her own handiwork.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I would never. You're whack, Jade. I'm not.
Whack?
Why would I kiss Karkat? I've never even once thought about kissing Karkat. How do you even fucking do it? He's so petite. And what? You're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna admit that was a weird thing to say, and it's got dick all to do with your kissability. God damn it! How can we talk about this yet? Can we stop talking about this yet?
Oh my god.
What I mean is, like, how could somebody kiss this guy? Like, anybody when his teeth are so... When my teeth are fucking what? Dude, they're just, like, they're huge and not always in your mouth. So, like, I how would a guy get his tongue in their tongue?
Jade, I'm worried. Do you know what I'm worried about?
What?
that all of the content warnings are going to be like a thing.
Dear God.
Because one of the there's a few content warnings like non-con and rape and various rough sex, various other sexual things. Yeah. A little scared. Anyway. Dave's mouth hangs open a bit. His gaze flits from Karkat to Jade and back again. His palms are wet, but his mouth is dry.
We're not.
Dave's mumbling protest slows to a stop.
Actually, you know what? I don't have time for this. Peace, dudes.
Dave ollies the fuck out of there, flash stepping between 1 second to the next, disappearing 30 seconds in the future with the gusto of a piece of garbage flying into the fucking sun. Jade stares after him, blinking at the glare of the afterimage he left behind. It's a glimmering slice of ultraviolet that only she can see. It lingers in the unstable particles between the air. She huffs and puts her hand on her hips. Wow, rude. I forget sometimes how immature Dave can be. Well, Karkat, I guess it's just us. Do you still want to go split a plateau of grub spaghetti at the noodle barn? Jesus Christ. Karkat, when she turns to address him, is staring at her slack-jawed. He takes a step back, but isn't watching where he puts his foot. His heel goes into a dip in the hill, and wait. His heel goes into a dip in the hill, and he goes stumbling backwards, feet overhead.
Ah, fuck, Jade, what you fuck? Ouch! A little help, maybe.
God.
Ah!
Jade could probably catch him. Actually, she could easily do it. But it doesn't seem like the kind of favor you should do in a fledgling Kissmissitude. Oh my god. Instead, she watches him roll all the way down to the foot of the hill, knees and elbows bouncing around all ragdolled and furious as he swears up a storm. He hits the ground back first and just lays there for a few minutes, completely owned. He watches the darkening sky with a hollow look on his face for at least an entire minute. Then he slowly pulls himself to his feet and brushes the brambles off his pants. He points up the hill at Jade and shouts,
For the record, just so we're both clear, this is why I hate leaving the fucking house.
He absconds, limping a little and rubbing the left side of his ass, which unfortunately for him affords nowhere near the level of padding that as Jake's legendary backside. Jade puffs out both of her cheeks and stares after him. Well, I guess I'm eating grub spaghetti alone again. Jesus fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, Trezzy John. Where even are you? And why haven't you sliced Makara in half yet?
He smells too bad. I don't think I want to risk getting that close to him until he takes a bath. Even then, I'd rather not. As for where I am, I'm not sure you would believe me if I told you.
I bet I would.
Okay, I'm on a date.
Lol.
Don't lol at me.
I can't help it. It's hilarious. Who are you on a date with?
Why don't you take a guess?
Okay, it's obviously Roxy.
Oh.
What's wrong now? You asked me to guess, so I guessed.
Just wondering if I was really that obvious.
Yeah, John, we're not idiots. We can all do the math on this. It's not like you were going to fuck your human mom or human sister. And you are not a homosexual, which takes Strider Dick out of the equation. And Kanaya is the only girl troll left, and she's lesbian married to one of the 2 remaining eligible human females. Oh, and Jake is a double threat. A human with a human dick. A human dad with a human dick. So by process of elimination, of course you were going to fall in love with Roxy.
Wait.
Jesus Christ.
Love? Is that how John feels about Roxy? He glances around at this beautiful restaurant she's taken him to with marble walls, a domed ceiling, alien plants growing up the scaffolding to the second floor. It's lit by a cobweb of ultra-thin, clear wire strung with light so that it looks like there are fireflies. You would not believe your eyes suspended above in the fake night sky. It's a good place to fall in love, probably. Turns his head to see that Gamzee has stepped outside and now monitors the date with his face pressed against the window. He's smearing his disgusting makeup against the glass without the slightest concern for propriety. Just like the rest of the fan base, John accidentally makes eye contact with him, and Gamzee gives him a thumbs up, but chill runs down John's spine, so he goes back to conversation with Tracy.
I'm waiting. Still waiting. Egbert, are you there, or can I go now?
Yeah, I just had to think for a second. Do you really think I'm in love with her?
How the hell would I know that? I'm not a mind reader.
Oh, aren't you? I thought that's what your mind thingy powers did.
No, I'm just an exceptionally good read of people. Not that I would have to tell you that you've been flushed for Roxy since you met her.
Yeah, I guess that's true. How do you think she feels about me?
If you're out on a date with her, I don't think that I'm the one you should be asking that question.
I mean, would that be an okay thing to ask her? That seems kind of, I don't know, dopey.
John, I hate to tell you this, but there's not much you can do at this point to increase your dopiness attribute. You've already pretty much maxed out the dork stat, and I can only imagine that the positive correlation between your continued existence and the amount of sheer dweebiness you emit has retained expected equilibrium in the time that I've been gone.
Jeez. Y'all always know what to say to people in their hour of need, Terezi. I'm so glad that I decided to talk to you.
You should be glad. I'm doing you a big favor as usual to see her magnanimously descending from her mountain and deigning to give the hapless human peerless advice.
Imagine me rolling my eyes super hard right now because that's what I'm doing.
Noted, but trust me, the worst thing you can do when attempting to initiate a flesh relationship is to be evasive. Roxy's actually incredibly difficult to read, but I think she's the last person who would ever try to jerk you around. She'll appreciate you being upfront. The only thing I wonder is what happened with Calliope. They seem so happy.
Yeah, that's been bothering me too. Callie was actually the one who convinced me to stay. Roxy was all over me the moment I said I wasn't going.
Going where?
Oh, to fight Lord English.
You were supposed to fight Lord English?
Yeah, I guess.
But you just decided not to.
Look, it's a long story. Actually, it's not, but that's not why I texted you. I'll tell you some other time. Right now, what I think I need to figure out is how I feel about the whole Calliope thing. I'm not afraid to ask Roxy how she feels about me, I guess, but I think that I'm afraid to ask about. And then Roxy finally comes back from the restroom. He hears her heels click-clacking on the floor, and he shoves his phone into his pocket in a panic before he can follow up on the last line of his message. He doesn't know why he does it in panic. It's not like he's doing anything wrong. In fact, tapping away on the phone when someone leaves you alone at a table is completely and totally normal. Maybe it's just that it's kind of a weird to be talking to a girl under the table on a date with a completely different girl, no matter what his respective relationship with those two girls might be. His internal Rose voice tisks at him for having such a gender essentialist thought. He wonders if he'd feel quite as guilty if he were talking to Rose under the table instead of Terezi. Probably not, which is a whole tingle of stuff he doesn't even want to think about. Yeah, because him and Terezi had a weird, black thing.
Yeah.
He shoots Roxy a big, bright grin when she slips into her seat. She grins back. He's genuinely glad to be here. Roxy is beautiful. The restaurant is beautiful. He feels like he's fumbling at something essentially beautiful here. There's something about the way she's looking at him that makes him feel glad he got out of bed today. Makes him, for the first time in years, excited about the idea that the future is a thing that exists.
Okay, do you want me to read Roxy, or do you want to switch characters again?
I don't care either way.
Alright, here, I'll read Roxy because I haven't read Roxy in a while. I want to. I gotta flip the page of my book, I forgot. Sorry for taking so long. I had to reapply the face, you know how it is. Actually, you probably don't, but let me tell you, makeup's a bitch.
Roxy, you don't have to do all that for me. I'm basically a schlub these days. I don't care if you wear makeup or not. You're pretty either way, you know that, right?
Oh, don't worry, it's not for you, Lo. Man, that's sweet as hell. I appreciate the sentiment.
Oh, that's cool. Why do you need it then?
John, do you ever think about, gender?
Not really, I guess, but...
Oh, shit.
Not really, I guess, but I don't think girls should feel like they have to wear makeup just because they're girls.
Lo, that's not what I'm getting at.
What do you mean, then? Are you,
Like what?
I don't know. I don't really know what we're talking about.
Well, I don't really know either, I guess. Anyway, we don't gotta get super into it now. This really isn't the setting. I don't know if you noticed, but this place is way too fancy for me, LMFAO. I was all trying to impress you with how I'm classy as fuck, but now I feel like we're gonna have to skip out on the check.
Even though we've got infinite money?
Yeah. Just a feeling I got, like this fancy dress is a costume, like I'm just play acting at being a grown-up woman.
Yeah, I know that feeling. What even are adults?
Good question.
When I was a kid, I just thought adulthood was something that happened to you automatically. I think, like, the moment I turned 18, a briefcase would appear in my hand, and I'd have it all figured out, just like my dad seemed to. I can't believe I'm 23 and still a huge loner. I wonder if my dad ever thought that... Loser. That's what it is. I wonder if my dad ever thought that way about himself, like he was just some big dumb kid totally messing everything up but trying to keep up appearances anyway.
No one ever feels grown up, guys. It just doesn't happen. And if it does, there's something wrong with you.
True.
You're a little I think you're a little conceited if you feel grown up.
True.
Because nobody ever stops being any less naive than they've been their entire lives. Like, jeez, man, I will always be a kid.
Yeah.
I will always see myself as a kid. Even when I'm fucking 70 years old, I promise you. I will see myself as a kid.
Hell yeah.
And that's not going to change. So, I understand. I understand, John and Roxy. Don't say that about yourself, dummy.
So, I'm a dummy, but I shouldn't call myself dumb?
OMG, you know what I meant.
Roxy runs one of her thin fingers around the inside rim of the water glass. Makes a very quiet squeaking noise that you can hear over the mumbled conversation around him because they're sitting so very close. Her lashes look about twice as long in the low, pale light. They shadow her eyes so that he can't read her expression.
You know, I didn't even know any adults when I was a kid, so I got nothing except the legends of how my universes rose and Dave died, I guess. But that's not exactly a useful example in the situation.
Lol. Wait. Situation. I don't know. I think sacrificing yourself to take down a brutal clown dictatorship is a pretty good life lesson to internalize in any situation.
Well, yeah, God forbid. But, I mean, my idea of a date for the longest time was drinking a whole bottle of wine alone while crying in front of my laptop screen.
Oof. Oh, same actually. Minus the wine and the computer screen.
Just you and your brain contemplating the infinite loneliness of singular consciousness in a vast cold universe.
Just crying alone, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel ya. God, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Something like that. So I guess neither of us are very good at this, huh?
That's cool with me. Zero expectations mean we got nowhere to go but up.
I'll toast to that.
Aww.
John lifts his glass at a cute and cliche thing to do. Expecting no reciprocation, but she laughs and actually humors him. Glasses click together clumsily and water gets all over the complimentary breadsticks. She starts laughing louder.
Oh, John, why didn't we do this sooner? I love spending time with you. You know, it's weird to say, but no one else has ever made me feel like this.
For some reason, those one words made the pit in his stomach grow. He lets out a nervous giggle. His arm starts to shake so violently that it gets even more water on the free breadsticks. Hoo boy. He's sweating under the collar. It's panic like what he felt when Roxy almost caught him texting Trezzy under the table, except in reverse. What about Calliope, he thinks? John can't tell what Roxy is thinking. She's so warm and open and inviting, but when John looks into her eyes, it's almost like staring into a void.
Oh, what the fuck? Look behind you.
He whips his head around to see Dave? He's running down the street looking back and forth like a hunted man. He spots John and freezes for a moment, obviously trying to compose himself. No one goes still quite a Schreider. He brushes past Gamzee, who's still glued to the window to spy on the date, swaggers into the restaurant. The look on his face seems to suggest he's about to throw up, but he keeps it together. His entrance is so smooth that all the dining... Yeah, because he just got done with that fucking weird-ass shit. Dining carapaces in the vicinity immediately stop talking and stare at him as he glides to the table. Dave sets his hand just in front of the free breadsticks and angles a look at John through the panel of his shade. It looks like he hasn't slept, but it's hard to tell with Dave. He's out of breath. Hey, Jude and Roxy, hey, Jude, sorry to imply that dude wasn't a gender-neutral term because it totally is. Anyone can be a dude if they really want that. It's part of the beauty of living in this brand new world. None of the baggage our old world had, like gender or sexuality and relationships, only involving a very specific number of people.
Dave, you okay?
Yeah, totally. When am I not okay?
Pretty often, actually.
Nah, I'm fine. There's absolutely nothing strange or awkward going on in my life at all. Unrelated to anything I just said. John, I gotta talk to you for a sec. Okay, go ahead. No, I mean, like, outside in private, with no one else around.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, Mom, I'm fine. Sorry that was... that's normalized now. Sorry, that was me being sarcastic about how you're all worried over me when I'm just ice fucking cold levels of cool at the moment. Not referencing that you're my literal mom, which I know is all kinds of awkward every single time I do it. There's a lot, I guess.
I mean, I don't think it's awkward at all.
Okay. Oh, cool. Me neither. Roxy's right. You seem kind of off right now. Nah, I just had a sudden need for a bro down. Just an unquenchable thirst to be showered in a flash storm of righteous bro juice. Yikes. Gotta guzzle the shit out of it like Gatorade after a sports match. Help me out of here. My bro electrolytes are low. My bro electrolytes are low.
Jesus Christ.
John, just come on. It's important. Yeah, sure. Roxy, are you fine waiting here by yourself for a while?
Yeah, I'll just be here eating breadsticks since we didn't actually order dinner.
Cool, I'll be right back.
They can't skip on the check when they didn't order dinner.
Dave shoves his hands in his pockets, shoves his hands in his pockets and leads John out into the cool evening air. Gamzee offers a double thumbs up as they walk past him, which John fiercely ignores. John does, however, check his phone, subtly, a little desperately. He left Teresi hanging in the middle of a sentence, and he's got to admit, as much fun he's been having with Roxy, there's an annoying little voice screaming at him underneath everything else he's done and said tonight that desperately needs to know what else Teresi has to say. Behind Dave's back, as he leads the way, John swipes the screen to catch up with her and answers, smiling conspiratorially.
We want to read more?
I mean, we can stop there, or we can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it is continuing the same perspective. I'm good with whatever. I mean, I'm good as long as you are.
It is 10:40.
Yeah.
That is the issue, isn't it?
But it didn't change perspectives, which is kind of upsetting.
That is kind of upsetting. Does it change perspectives on the next one?
Yeah.
Yes, so let's just read one more page.
Sure. All right, we got this. We got this, man.
Yeah, we're doing it, man.
I'll be John then for this page. Dave grabs the sleeve of John's tux in his sweaty palm, and the two of them fly to the top of the nearest tower. John glances at him en route, and the look on Dave's face strikes him as that of a man condemned to death. The stars stand out along the skyline, so bright in this new world that the outline of every constellation is crisp and clear even in the middle of the day. Dave cups his hands over his knees and stares straight ahead.
Yo, John, what do you think about me and Karkat?
You two are pretty cute together, I guess.
Together, I need you to be way more specific here.
Okay, I guess I'd have to say that you're both cute individually when you're with each other, and you make cute friends, which is why you're cute together. Something about it just works. I feel like I'm saying cute a lot here. For the record, I didn't mean you're cute as an individual, no offense. Alone, you're just Dave, but together, yeah, you guys are cute.
Together, you mean like a couple?
Dave says this so neutrally that John has no idea how to read it, despite having years of practice reading Dave's many neutral tones. Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Why?
Did I just explain it? Good friends make good partners. You're similar in all the right ways and different in all the even more right ways. You two balance each other out and keep each other from going off the rails, like when you were kids.
Huh?
You were both kind of crazy when we were kids. Again, no offense.
It's not what I was saying, about.
Oh.
Saying, because that sure was a coherent Egbertian thesis on the state of the DAVEKAT situation.
On DAVEKAT situation. Well, I've thought about it that way for a long time. I think it's what everyone else thinks, too.
It's what everybody else thinks, too. Where am I?
Second to top red line.
I don't know. If I'd been thinking about it in that way, I wouldn't be in this mess I'm in right now.
You're in a mess?
Yeah, there's a metric fucking ton of shit about to come down on me because I dragged my heels on doing some serious self-reflection.
Is this just about some more stuff about being gay?
Maybe, yeah. Okay, definitely, yeah. It's 110% about being gay.
I thought you'd already worked all that stuff out.
Turns out it takes a long time to figure out your sexuality after a childhood filled with repression and abuse.
Dave.
I mean, yeah, I woke the hell up to my inner potential for gayness in a big way. Then I just kind of pressed the snooze button and rolled back over because we kind of had to fight all those jacks and also create society.
Holy fucking shit, there's a gay snooze button?
Yeah, man, there's a gay snooze button.
It's like, holy shit, there's a door to this closet. I think I'm going to live here for a few more years. Like, wait, I can leave? I'm going to stay here.
Nah, I don't want to leave. I like it in here.
Oh, boy. Holy fucking... wow.
When I was having my gay cool boy awakening, it wasn't a full no homo, but it was at least a quarter no homo. If I hadn't done that, then instead of talking to you about this, I'd be at home right now, kissing Karkat, probably.
I don't get this, Dave. Am I your gay confessor or something? You don't need my blessing to go kiss Karkat. In fact, I was pretty sure you were already kissing Karkat.
Nope.
In that case, as the Lord Pope of Dave's fully awakened Gatum, I give you my blessing to immediately leave and rectify that as soon as possible. Go now, my child, and kiss Karkat right on the lips.
Okay, as much as I appreciate how weird a thing that was to say, it's not that simple.
I might not exactly be the expert, but kissing seems pretty easy, Dave. I'm sure it gets more complicated in the later stages, obviously, but I think you can figure out how to get your lips on his without too much trouble.
No, I mean, like...
Dave makes a couple truly useless hand gestures.
In the greater fabric of our weird incestuous social group, it might be the wrong move, I think.
How so?
Because Jade...
John bites his lips. Oh, boy. And that's a complicated problem already. He loves his sister, but she's developed a bad habit of sometimes approaching delicate social situations with all the grace of an elephant stumbling around in the dark room.
True.
Right. I almost managed to forget that she was trying to fuck you in Karkat. Dave snaps his head around to stare at John in shock.
Wait, you knew about that?
Yeah, did you know?
Of course I knew about it. I was looking the whole thing through several complicated layers of conscious denial, but I knew. So that you, like, never leave your house.
Several complicated layers of conscious denial. Alright. Well, it probably helps that Jade literally said the words to me, and I may be paraphrasing here, but, hey, John, I'm gonna fuck Dave and Karkat.
What the fuck, she said that to you? What did you say?
I don't know, it was a while ago. Probably it was a bad idea. But I thought it was kind of obvious. She's always had a crush on you, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
He sighs and hangs his head, leaning forward with his elbows crossed over his thighs. The angle he's at gives John a good look at his eyes, which are boring a deep, miserable hole to the center of the earth right now.
That's why I think that I should give it a try, I guess.
Give what a try? Dating Jade?
Yeah, and Karkat.
Oh man, Dave, I don't know. That sounds like it could really blow up your face.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of freaking out right now, if you didn't notice.
Sorry, dude. It's just... Do you even like Jade?
Of course I do. She's one of my best friends.
No, I mean, do you like her?
Oh my god, John, you're 23 years old. Can you at least pretend to talk like a grown man?
Oh, Dave, God, are you in love with Jade? Dave doesn't answer. He silences a lot. John thinks. Are you in love with Karkat?
That's a big fucking question. That's the biggest fucking question that ever got asked. It's like the Paleolithic megafauna of questions. Like, it's so familiar, but your eyes just glaze over it in denial because it's too fucking big. Why did megalodon sharks need to have such big jaws, John?
To eat smaller sharks?
I've never been so fucking terrified by a question in my entire life. Seriously, my heart is pounding so hard right now that I feel like I'm gonna hurl.
Well, doesn't that answer the question?
Nah, because it's not like I feel nothing for Jade. In fact, I feel a lot of things for her. Too many to just tell her off after all this time. I mean, she spent all those years alone on the ship, and I know she missed me, and then Dave Sprite died, or turned into fucking DAVEKAT. I was never clear exactly on what happened there. God knows he didn't make any attempt to clear the fucking air with her. When I think about it, neither did I. So maybe I'm just a huge asshole who's been leading her on for like a whole goddamn decade at this point. And if I've been, don't I owe it to her to at least try?
If that's your logic, Dave, then haven't you been leading Karkat on too? Doesn't he deserve the same chance? I mean, if you think it's the kind of decision that can lay on another person like this, why don't you just flip a coin? He tilts his face so that he can give John a look. The corner of his lip quirks ambiguously.
Have you been talking to Teresi?
Damn,
I thought she ghosted everyone.
Not me, I guess.
Anyway, I know you thought that sounded like a totally cool thing to say, but I don't really think you grasped the full metaphysical implications for what you're quoting there.
Dave sits up and leans back on his palms, his voice sounding lighter in a subtle, almost ephemeral way. Now that the subject's changed to something as easy as metaphysics. He catches John's gaze and makes a rolling gesture with his hand, mimicking the way a practiced magician would flick a coin over their thumb.
You know what a coin flip is? Like, universally, I mean, in the grand scale of all this time, space, infinite string theory bullshit we're always dealing with?
Of course, it's like when you know that you've already made a decision you're reluctant about and need an outside force to show you how you're going to feel.
Oh, dude, that's dumb. You should know this because you've done the retcon thing.
That's actually how I coin flip. I can't decide. I flip a coin, and then if I don't like the answer, I pick the other one.
Yep.
Right? If I like it, then great. If I don't like it, I pick the other one. It helps a lot, actually. What does that have to do with flipping coins?
Okay, so every time you flip a coin, you're creating an alternate timeline, right? One where it lands heads and one where it lands tails. But while the coin is flipping, both possibilities exist simultaneously. It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, this is quantum physics. Schrodinger's cat is a perfect example of this. But what if you knew for sure that you'd make the same decision no matter what side landed up?
Just a small explanation of what Schrodinger's cat is if you don't know what it is. I know most people probably will. But it's the idea that there's a cat inside a box.
Yeah, there's a cat inside a box, and basically there's a poison gas that's
released in there.
The
And before you open it,
of some atom,
and until you open it, there's the possibility of it being it's both alive and dead at the same time.
Yeah, which means it's in what's called quantum superposition.
Yeah.
And at that point, then you can use quantum entanglement to get things together, which is like
It's kind of bizarre.
Quantum entanglement happens when you've got two things that are in a quantum state that you can observe only partially. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, if you've got two boxes, and both of them has a fly in each box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the flies in both boxes could be dead or alive. They're in superposition right now, right?
Yeah.
But then you learn that then you learn that the flies are not both alive and they're not both dead, right? So one's alive and one's dead. You learn that, but you don't know which is which.
Mm-hmm.
They are now both still in quantum superposition, but they're also quantumly entangled. Because if you know one, you've collapsed the state in both.
Yeah.
And, ways to get this information is, maybe put the boxes really close together. And then you have, like, a scan above it, right? And the scan only detects, like, life form somehow. You see one life form, There is one life form. That means that one of these boxes has a living fly, and the other one has a non-living fly, but you don't know which is which. So that's quantum. Yeah, it's shit. Yep. Quantum physics is fun. Anyways, did you read You Can't yet?
Can't. Wait, no, you have to. Yeah, I don't think you did it. But what if you knew for sure that you'd make the same decision?
I feel like I did, but I'll read it again. But what if you knew for sure you'd make the same decision no matter what side landed up?
You can't.
So it's like the coin never lands then?
Sure.
Then if you dated both Jade and Karkat, it'd be like you're winning the Schrodinger's cat pair.
Yeah, it's another theoretical paradox that I think you gotta read up on a bit more there, buddy.
I probably won't, but okay.
Fair enough, but yes, metaphysics aside, me dating both Jade and Karkat at the same time literally is the issue at hand. And it is that with which I currently and explicitly struggle.
Yeah, sure seems that way.
So...
I don't know, Dave. This is all... It doesn't sound right to me. John thinks about the speech Rose gave him that morning on her couch about canon veracity and the validity or non-validity of subjective actions the further they get away from the intended sequence of events. So think about pillars. What is essential, true, and relevant? He remembers those three words, but no other architectural remarks which bind them. The conversation seems so very long ago now. I mean, it doesn't sound canon.
Not you too. Rose is always going on about canon. I don't give a fuck about canon.
Then what do you give a fuck about? Dave sighs and runs a hand through his hair.
Doing the right thing, I guess.
This doesn't seem hard to me at all, Dave. Go home right now and tell Karkat how you feel.
Look, I can't. If I did that, it would be like...
Like what, Dave? Like you would be really happy and Karkat would also be really happy?
I'm not explaining myself right. I need to.
Dave staggers uneasily to his feet, staring way past John like he's looking into the infinity of his own soul right now. John's never seen him so scared, and it's over what seems like a pretty easy choice as far as John's concerned. It sure isn't easy for him, though. John guesses this is what it means to be a friend. It means being the guy who understands when easy isn't actually that easy.
I have to talk to Dirk, I think.
Okay. John wonders when talking to Dirk has fixed anything for anyone. Oof. He's about to ask what exactly he needs to talk to Dirk about, but then remembers what he saw when he went back to fetch Gamzee's fridge in the medium. Dirk and Dave hugging on the edge of the roof. Aww. Sharing something private, mysterious, the sort of thing that can only happen between two people whose personalities are cracked in the same way. That I'm gonna cry that way that's described. Holy shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Cracked in the same way. It's not something John's ever had, so it's not something he can understand. An uncomfortable silence lingers between the two of them. Before John can fill it with some stupid words, he hears Roxy calling up to him from below. He pops his head over the roof and waves at her. I turn the page. Go ahead. Oh no, I'm John, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Yo, boys, not to interrupt, but we got kicked out of the restaurant for not ordering.
What, really? What's even the point of being famous if that can happen?
Well, now I know, right? Told you I wasn't classy enough for the joint. I got all these breadsticks, though, so we can reconvene in the park. Toast romantic, 10 minutes, what you say?
Sounds good. See you there. I'll see you there soon. She grins up at John with shimmering, adoring eyes. They're reflecting every star in the sky, all for him. It makes his heart do a weird somersault. It tries to flip frontways, then backwards, and ends up landing on his face instead. He's feeling too many contradictory things right now. When he turns to look at Dave again, he's practically translucent. Barely there. Half out the door emotionally. John feels like he could have done more, like this whole conversation was sand running through his fingers. It itches at the back of his head, the idea that he might have just fucked up Dave's entire life. I'm sorry I couldn't help.
Nah, dude, it's not your fault.
Dave gives him a light bro punch in the arm and tries to smile.
Enjoy your date. Aww.
Fuck Dave. Fuck, man.
Nice for your wings.
Oh, okay. Wait, is next page the next epilogue, or is it just? I'm just curious if it's.
No.
No. Oh, did you already click on it?
I clicked it earlier. It's just page 12.
Oh, that's right. To check. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Just curious, so I know. But nope, we're still on epilogue 2 apparently.
Yep.
These epilogues are not the same length, and I'm a little upset. But whatever.
I mean, it gives us more content, my friend.
I wonder how many chapters there are. How many pages?
The question we've all been.
That would be a
here,
good
so.
number. That'd be a good number to know. Not that I'm gonna look it up because spoilers, but it'd be a good number to know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, and that was your intro.
All right, fuckers.
That was first of all, before we get to the whole outro thing, I just want to say that I am really fucking enjoying this so far.
Oh yeah.
Like, I expected to like it a lot, but I like this a lot.
It's really beautiful and interesting, and I like it a lot.
The John Roxy shit's just cute as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah.
The Dave, Karkat, and Jade shit I have reservations on, but I feel like they can make that situation be cool.
Hopefully.
Pretty easily. The thing is because I originally thought I'm like, oh, I don't know, polygamy, but then I was like, I'm sure people exist that works for. I'm just not one of them.
Oh yeah, it happens
And also-
a lot more than you'd think it would.
Yeah, and also, one thing that also occurred to me is it's heavily stigmatized in our culture.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is a completely new planet. They don't need the fucking social... Like, they talked about that. Fucking sexuality and gender and all that shit. They don't care. They don't need to carry the fucking baggage of our culture, to the new world, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I thought about that, and I'm like, maybe it shouldn't be as frowned upon,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at a spot where I'm like, it could work, and also I think I'm a little irked with what Jade has I like the way it's read, and I'm enjoying it, but in terms of morality, I'm a little irked by what Jade was doing.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Jade is just is sexually not
Harassment.
dominant. She's dominant, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I feel like Dave and Karkat are both submissive. At least sexually, so that would be a very interesting dynamic.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I could potentially be okay with this. I just need a little bit more reading, which I think is going to happen, so I'm excited. Anyways, go ahead and do your outro spiel.
All right, motherfuckers. This is really interesting. I'm having a good time.
Lots of reading, but
Yeah. Reading, a lot of rants, We're having a good time here, folks. If you enjoyed that would be great. If you enjoyed this, please feel like that would be greatly appreciated. Comment down below. Tell us what you thought. Subscribe, post notifications if you want to see what we're doing next. Join the Discord. There's some beautiful people there, except for me, because fuck the audience. And follow the Twitter, because you'll be graced with my presence. And don't follow the TikTok, because fuck Ian.
Follow TikTok, link in the description. It's gonna be great.
That's not fair if you get better than me on TikTok than I am at Twitter, because that's not fair. It's too easy to get famous on TikTok.
Of course, it's too easy.
It's true.
Of course.
It's true. I'm
100%.
I'm not even being stupid about it. It's literally it's like being an influencer.
Jay, it's not a competition.
I'm not saying that it is, but it's true.
Sure. Did you want to run the TikTok instead?
No.
Okay.
I'd
I
rather
think-
die than use TikTok.
Okay, then I guess I naturally will be the one running the TikTok, just
But it's TikTok, dude.
because it's great.
Fuck TikTok.
Fuck some.
What are you
parts-
gonna say next? We're gonna have an Instagram?
We already have an Instagram. It's just we haven't posted anything on it. Therefore, we haven't advertised it.
I guess that count. Does that count as advertisement?
I mean, if you guys can find our account, if we somehow get 15 followers before we actually formally start Instagram, then we'll start it immediately.
Yeah, we'll use Instagram if we get followed on it.
Yeah, which we won't tell you the handle. It should be easy to find, but you know, like. Yeah.
I just look, dude.
Jesus Christ, Jay.
Dude, it's a fucking dude. The handle is.
But yeah,
What the fuck? We have 4. Why are there 4 people?
because 2 of your IRL friends followed us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So we just need 10 more. Well, 11 more.
Yeah, 11 more. If you guys can, like, it's a fucking mini.
Wait, they're gonna
energy,
have
guys.
my
Go find
personal
it.
Instagram now. Oh shit.
We can unfollow you.
Nah, I don't give a flying fuck.
I mean, you're privated as well.
Yeah. Plus, they who are we following? Oh, we're following us.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never really paid attention to that.
But yeah, I mean, you're privated, so it shouldn't be a big deal, I think. But yeah, anyways.
Anyhow, see you later, folks.
Love y'all. Bye.
Peace out, bitches.